Give me 1 second, guys. I gotta try something to see if the stream is actually live. That's something that is always takes like 2 minutes. Let me check. 1440p. Give me 1 second, guys. Yep, it's live. Good. Alright. Hello everyone, I'm Santiago, and today I'm gonna be testing Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Blackout beta on the 1050 Ti, then 750 Ti, then 1060 3GB. How are you guys doing? Good to see ya. First I'll start with the 1050 Ti. As you can see right now, I'm going to be using 1080p with medium-ish settings. I'm targeting 60 frames per second, first of all. As you can see, 1080p, 100% resolution scale, and well, the brightness doesn't matter. 1050 Ti, textures on high since Ultra seems to be using more than 4 gigs of VRAM. Special effects on medium, texture filtering on high, model quality on medium, screen space reflections enabled. This will give me a performance uplift if I turn it off, but small object culling will be on medium, which is a small object's level of detail. The special effects won't have any shadows on medium, soft shadows only, weapon shadow enabled, anti-aliasing on low, which is SMAA1X according to the options menu. No motion blur because it makes me sick in first-person games, medium ambient occlusion, and subsurface scattering enabled, no order independent transparency. That will be pretty much it. Yeah, this is an open beta. If you link your battle.net account to your Twitch channel, you should be able to get in. If not, I'm not sure. You can also pre-order the game or wait till tomorrow to play the Battle Royale stuff. So yeah, with just some patience, you'll get into it. Anyways, how are you guys doing? What's the 750 Ti, 1052 GB? What do you mean? I'm going to be testing many GPUs. That's what it means. 3 GPUs actually. 1060, 750 Ti, and 1050 Ti. Those will be tested in the stream. I'll be swapping GPUs in the middle of the stream so you can know what's going on with the performance of the game. But now I'm going to just jump right into it. Thanks, Mindless T. Much appreciated. Hola, Robin Games. ¿Cómo estás? Parcianos, ¿todo bien? Stats for nerds. Yeah, that's correct. Stats for nerds. Okay, so in the air, we're getting 40 frames per second. But once we get into the ground, it's much better, as you can see. So, yeah. Feels very smooth right now. I'll lower the volume a bit, it's a little loud. There we go. Can you please test the GTX 1070? I wish, but I don't have it, so I cannot test it. Sorry about that. But yeah, this is just a lobby. Feels pretty good right now. Yeah, I would say. Very responsive. What's the difference between G4560 and i3-8100? Well, the i3-8100 has 4 cores and the G4560 2 cores, 4 threads. What settings? It says at the right of the camera. It's pretty much medium settings on 1080p. So as you can see now that I'm about to jump, give me 1 second that I need to see where to jump to. Maybe to this place. Before jumping is below 60 frames per second. Hopefully when we land is significantly better. That's usually how it goes on Battle Royale stuff. So yeah, it's over here. I'm probably going to die right now, so I apologize in advance. But yeah, oh, a weapon. Alright. I cannot hear anybody. Oh yeah, right now it feels very smooth, I have to say. Yeah. here. Let me see if I have something else to put here. No. Or shotgun, I think. Yes. I prefer holographic sights.
Potential collapse detected. Relocation to indicated safe zone is advised.
I have to go through the firing range. Okay, right now I'm in a place with a lot of foliage. As you can see, a lot of grass, a lot of trees, and it's dropping into the 40s. So definitely these are not the adequate settings, I have to say. But hey. Oh. Okay, I'm screwed. Almost. Alright. I'm alive for a little longer. Good stuff. Let me heal a little bit. But overall, it seems to be performing worse than the multiplayer beta, which was to be expected. This is a significantly bigger map with more players on screen. So yeah, let's keep going. I now know where to go to test performance, to the firing range. So yeah. Let me change the scope. I cannot see anything at all here. Thanks, overlay. Alright. But yeah, looking far into the distance seems to be a big performance hit so far, especially if you have a lot of foliage. But yeah, it depends. Let's keep going. Almost there. Will you test Shadow of the Tomb Raider on 1052 GB? Maybe next week. I don't know yet. A lot of games releasing. Next week I'll be doing FIFA 19. So that'll take some time, unfortunately.
Circle collapse imminent. Get to safety.
But hey, I'll give it a try. Oh, nice. Okay, healing, thank you very much. Or heal. I like that I can heal and move at the same time. That is underrated. I don't even know what weapon I picked up. Oh man, the frame rate. I'm not sure what the frame rate is on the consoles right now, but this doesn't feel that smooth when looking to certain places into the distance. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, that wasn't going to go well at all. Okay, let me see. Spectate a little bit. I had to tweak some settings. I'll take the opportunity while we're spectating to do some tweaking here and there. Let's lower the special effects to low. Then the model quality, let's keep it on medium for now. Lower the screen space reflections, small object culling on low. Special effect shadows, no thanks. Shadows on low, dynamic shadows off. Weapon shadow, let's keep it on. No anti-aliasing, ambient occlusion on low. Soft surface scattering, let's keep it on. And let's apply the settings. That didn't make much of a difference. We'll see in a second. But I'll change the status. Let's put 1080p medium low. Or low mid. Low medium seems to be better. Low mid. That should be better. Okay, still the frame rate is below 60, but let's see if looking far into distance makes a difference. Increase the settings. Why would I increase the settings? I'm targeting 60. That will come later. Be patient. Let me just get back into the lobby so I can jump into another match. CPU bottleneck? No, there's no CPU bottleneck. The GPU is maxed out, so just look at the GPU usage. It shouldn't be. As far as I could see, the GPU was maxed out, so that's a good thing so far for the CPU. But yeah, what is better, i5-6400 or i3-8100? They should be pretty similar overall in games. Both have 4 cores, decent clock speeds, so no worries. 1050 Ti, i3-8100, 16GB. You seriously, why 8? I don't get it. But the game is using more than 8 GB, so keep that in mind. The usual mode didn't use more than 8, the multiplayer, but this mode is using a little more than 8 sometimes. So it's in the performance same as open beta. The open beta I tested before was the multiplayer, which is not the battle royale mode. Those are significantly smaller maps, also significantly less players on screen. So all that is important to keep in mind. ¿Cuánto tiempo ya crees que queda la i50 Ti? Y no tengo ni idea. Capaz que cuando salga el Play 5 podemos jugar en 720p. No sé, imposible saber. Go eat a burger? Okay, I'll go later. Thanks for letting me know. Alright. Good thing that the lobbies are getting filled very, very fast. That's always positive. Let's grab that. Also remember, this is a beta. The game could improve after releases. Sorry, my English broke for a second, like usual. Yeah, the glass, for some reason the transparency of the glass destroys the frame rate. Sometimes I get like 10 FPS less, which is kinda ridiculous, but hey. How long my GTX 1060 lasts? Impossible to know. Is it worth overclocking the 1050 Ti? Yeah, you should be getting a few extra frames. Depends on the game, of course. ¿Es la beta abierta? Sí. Okay, as you can remember, as usual, let me go to the same place as before. As I was saying, as you can remember, when you're looking very far into the distance, it's quite demanding. Like on other battle royale games, once you land, it should be way more stable. So let's do just that. Let's jump. Hopefully I don't die as soon as I touch the floor. That can be quite easy to achieve. But 16 GB not everyone can afford 8 can allow. Well, it's not my problem. The game uses more than 8 GB sometimes, so I have to adjust for that. Plus this is a beta, so it doesn't really matter that much. It will matter more once the full game releases. I think I hear someone. Oh, this is nice. Okay, we got that. And let's go to the firing range. Okay, same place. Instead of the 40s, we're into the 50s. Never mind, upper 40s. So yeah, it didn't make much of a difference to lower the settings, unfortunately. It's better, but it's not a lot better. So really, yeah, that kinda sucks. Let's hide a little bit so I can change the settings. Give me 1 second, guys. F3. Let's crank it up so we can wrap up 1080p. Let's go for special effects maxed, model on high, screen space reflections, blah 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 blah. Let's max it out. Nope, no motion blur. Motion blur sucks, in my opinion. Okay, so this is max settings. Let me change the status. 1080p max. And let's keep it like that. Okay, now, as you can see, significantly worse. We're looking far into distance. Instead of 45, we're getting 30s. 29, better said. So yeah, not in a good shape. Well, this is a 1050 Ti, so... And the RAM usage, man, it's insane. The RAM usage is around 10 gigabytes now. Not sure what's going on with that. Alright. Let's keep it going. How do I get the beta? You have to link your Twitch account to battle.net, I think, if you want to enter right now, or pre-order the game. Those are the ways to get into the open beta right now. If not, just wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow it will be open for everyone.
Sit rep. Circle collapse imminent. Get to safety.
There's no cover here. I'm kinda scared right now. So yeah, let's keep it going. I cannot hide here for some reason. They don't want me to hide in bushes, which is understandable. Whoa, I couldn't even breathe.
Outplayed and outgunned.
Oh well,
Supply drop inbound.
good stuff. So 1080p, as you can see, is not a good idea if you want 60 frames per second, even if you lower the settings. So yeah, 1080p is a no-go in my opinion, at least on the beta. Let me try lowering the settings very quickly once again to the lowest. We put everything on the minimum. Everything on low. We don't care anymore. Except in textures, of course. And no ambient occlusion. No order independent transparency. Let's see what happens. Okay, it's better now, but again, we don't hit constant 60 frames per second. As you can see, when he looks far into the distance, sometimes it drops below 60, then it stays, yeah, between 50 and 60. Sometimes it can drop into the mid 40s, which kind of sucks. So yeah, and the RAM usage is very high, as you can see. But that's alright. We'll try a lower resolution. How long will your 1050 Ti last? We don't know for sure. We'll find out once it dies, I guess. So let's swap to 900p very quickly. 1 second, guys. 900p, we apply the settings. That's alright. We put everything on medium, because why not? With screen space reflections. No special effects shadows, that's fine. Medium, this on self only, weapon shadow enabled. Low anti-aliasing quality, which is SMAA1X. Ambient occlusion on medium. This turned on, this turned off because it's a big performance hit. Let's keep it this way. Okay, let's change this to 900p medium. Whoop. That cap escaped from me. Alright, so this is 900p medium settings. As you can see, this seems to be significantly better. Let me jump into another match so we can have an idea on what's going on. And if it runs well, I'll crank up the settings a little bit. Sorry about going out of the game, then in a game. It's kind of difficult to just wait, change settings mid-game. Online multiplayer games are kind of tough for that. Which monitor am I using? I'm using a ViewSonic monitor, 1080p, 5 milliseconds response time, and IPS. Not ideal for gaming, but whatever. I can use it just fine. Hope you keep up the great work. Thank you, Mohammed. Very much appreciated. Will you do a Bad Blood video too? Hopefully next week, if I have time. I don't know yet, but thanks for the suggestion. ¿Qué tarjeta estás usando ahora? La 1050 Ti. La GTX 1050 Ti. I'm using the GTX 1050 Ti right now. I already told you what monitor I'm using. La beta ya salió o lo preordenaste y estás en la beta. Lo preordené, estoy en la beta, pero se puede acceder antes si linkeas tu cuenta de Twitch con battle.net o puedes esperar hasta mañana. You can enter the beta by pre-ordering the game right now by linking your Twitch account to battle.net, I think. And what else? Or, well, you can wait till tomorrow and it will be available for everyone. The open beta, of course. Alright. Hopefully this is much better. Hopefully. Will you be buying the RTX cards? I don't think so. I'll be buying a card once we get a 2050 or the 2060 probably. But yeah, this game feels significantly smoother than I expected. The controls are very snappy. So yeah, I'm very glad to have this chance to try it out, since I play a lot of Battle Royale stuff. I'm not good at it. So yeah, pretty good. Mr. Woods. His face while he shoots. Kinda hilarious. Why can't play Blackout? Please help. I already said so. You have to pre-order the game to access today or link your Twitch account to battle.net, I think. Or you can wait till tomorrow and it will be open to everyone, which right now isn't the case. Oh yeah, this is pretty good. The game is still trying to fill the lobby, so a few more seconds and we should be jumping right into the game. Some patience. What do you think? Are the RTX cards worth it? We'll see once we get the reviews, hopefully next week. But yeah, I'm pretty excited to know what they are all about, especially the performance compared to the 10 series. Pretty cool. Would 12GB DDr4 be enough? Yeah, it should be fine. So far I saw 10GB as maximum usage. We'll see once we play more of the game. But yeah. Alright, let me jump again into the firing range. That was a good place to test it out so far. But I am already getting a good vibe about 900p because we're getting 60 frames per second in 50 to 60 frames per second, sorry, before even touching the ground, which is always very positive in my opinion. So yeah, pretty good at the moment. We'll see how it goes. I really like that they mixed different multiplayer maps from all their Call of Duties. That brings back some memories. And you can even turn the camera like on PUBG without moving the actual character. Interesting choice. Okay. Okay, let's pray for 60 frames per second in the ground. Oh man, there's somebody with me. Let's get out of here. Let's get him. Okay, I got him. Good. Finally. Pretty cool.
Sit rep. Potential
Okay.
collapse detected.
Oh, what am I
Relocation
doing?
indicated safe zone is advised.
And the inventory is very snappy as well. It's kind of weird because I'm used to the PUBG inventory, so yeah, kind of weird. I'll heal very quickly. I bet Cyberpunk will be playable on low when it comes out. Well, we'll find out once it releases, of course. Some first aid. I really need that. Okay, let's see. Okay, now it's not bad at all compared to 1080p. As you can see, instead of 45 FPS, we're getting 50 to 60. Even while looking far into distance, with some geometry here very close to us. This was 40 to 60 before, on 1080p, even on the lowest. I won't be able to hit him. Oh man. I wish I had a lean mechanic here. It would be very useful. Let's get away from here. Oh yeah, 900p medium seems to be the best spot right now for this GPU. We're getting 50 to 60 frames per second in these problematic areas, and the game feels very snappy. So yeah, I think this is the best setting for the 1050 Ti, at least for this mode. And the system RAM usage is fine now. Not sure what's up with that. It was significantly worse on 1080p. So I'm not sure what will happen with that, with the RAM usage. But I saw a maximum of around 10.5 gigabytes of usage, which was very concerning. But we'll see what happens. Let's just get to the safe zone. Ora sto con la 750 Ti, no? Sto con la 1050 Ti. I'm still on the 1050 Ti. This is not 750 Ti, unfortunately. Which, yeah, really sucks. But at least we can play the game. And this is a beta. Remember, this is a beta. Come on. What else do I have? Oh, this is 9mm. Okay. Somebody's shooting at me. But I cannot see due to the resolution. I see only a lot of aliasing into the distance. Okay. I don't care about looting. I want to get to the zone, and that will be about it. And this is, yeah, the draw distance here is ridiculous, as you can see. Very low. I'll change the settings once more. Let me try to crank it up now. Let's just max it out to see what happens. Somebody's very close to me.
Supply drop inbound.
Let's hide first. Better anti-aliasing, amino occlusion, order independent transparency. Okay, so this is 900p max. Let me change it right here. Alright. And let's stand up. There's the vehicle. As you can see with max settings, I'm getting into the 40s now instead of 50 to 60. Oh, I'm getting shot from the back. Very generous game. Thank you very much, Call of Duty. Your arrows saved my ass for at least another 5 minutes. And that noise is pretty hilarious for getting shot. It's like you're shooting some cans. Kind of ridiculous. Crysis has better LUTs. Yes, of course. Significantly better LUTs on Crysis. Okay, let's try to dodge. Oh man, headshot. Let's get down to the ground. Okay, I'm into the zone now. Let's max it out to see what happens. Yeah, of course, scientific reasons. No doubt about it, of course. I only do this because science. I don't do it because it's fun. Said no one ever. Ok, es muy pub, ¿no? Sí, demasiado, diría yo. Va a morir el PC, por supuesto que sí. This PC is going to just catch some flames. Oh, cool. The grappling hook. That is pretty cool. Okay, I'm into the zone. Fantastic. There's probably people watching over me right now. Okay.
Be advised, further collapse expected. Relocate to safe zone.
Yeah. I don't know what this is. Oh, these are perks. I see. Okay. I'll try to activate those then. Outlander, Iron Lungs, Reinforced. Sure. Let's enable this one. Nothing here. A 3x scope. But yeah, so far, maximum settings 900p is not a good idea. I'll stick to medium if you want smoother frame rates, which you probably want in a competitive game. But yeah, 900p max is not a good idea. Unless you don't care about the frame rate, that's kinda rare nowadays. But you never know. Oh, I'm outside the zone. So gotta keep going. Hello. ¿Prefieres este o el PUG? La verdad que no jugué suficiente de esto para saber si me gusta más, pero está bastante pulido. Estoy sorprendido en realidad por cómo funciona. Es bastante fluido el movimiento. Someone was asking in Spanish if I like this better than PUBG. And I cannot really say yet because I didn't play enough of it. I just played 30 minutes with you guys on the stream. So playing with friends might be significantly better than this. As of right now, I cannot say, but it feels way more polished than PUBG so far. And the movement, the shooting, the gunplay, all that, at least seems to be, yeah, significantly more polished, which I really appreciate. I will see once I play more. I played like 300 hours of PUBG, so yeah, I need to play more of this, and that's it. I'm not sure I'll get to the to the zone in time, to be honest. I'm just trying to get around it, since most people will come that way. Let me see if I see someone here. Nope. But yeah, almost into the zone. There's only 12 people left, so yeah. We don't have much more time. Let me see. Yeah, the zone is now closing. I'll probably switch to 720p now. Give me 1 second, guys. The worst moment to change resolution is now, so let's do it. Let's do this. Let's do this. 720p. And I have to change the capture card configuration. Best moment to switch to 720, as you can see. I'm very smart. So we put here 720p max. We're back into the game. Okay. Oh man, the zone. Okay, got it. So 720p max settings, as you can see, significantly better performance than 900p. Oh, finally a car. Okay. Good. I'm going to make it. The car is a little slow though. Let's see where this zone closes. Oh man, don't kill me. Okay, I'm getting drops below 60.
Travel to indicated safe zone.
Let me see if I can see the guy that was shooting at me. Oh man, scary. Where? 720p cannot see anything into the distance. Oh, there. And I can see some bullet drop there. Interesting. Let's destroy the van. As noisy as possible. Alright, there you are. And he got me, of course. Of course he got me. Whatever. That was fun. El juego se mira muy mal gráficamente. Es muy... sí. Yo esperaba bastante más, para ser honesto. Alright, now I'm spectating the guy that killed me. Nice, a monkey. How more frames you get on i3 compared to G4560? I didn't test the G4560 on this yet. I'll test it once the full game releases, which will be way more interesting. But yes, you can see 720p max has some drops below 60 frames per second. I'll try it on one more match very quickly so we can see how to do 720. Then I'll switch to the 750 Ti so we can get this done as fast as possible. I don't want a 4-hour stream playing the same thing over and over. That will be kind of boring. But yeah. Okay. I'll swap into another match so we test 720p properly. And then I'll just swap to the 750 Ti. Pensé que solo hablabas español. No entiendo, ¿cómo que pensaste que solo hablaba español? Hablo inglés y español, en todos mis videos hablo en inglés. Se ve horrible, la verdad que sí. Sí, en 720 no se ve un carajo. La razón por la cual se ve mal gráficamente es porque necesita demasiada optimización para mantener 80 personas en un solo mapa. Y sí, el motor gráfico no estaba... O sea, el motor del juego no está hecho para eso. I was saying in Spanish that, well, Some people in Spanish are saying that the game is looking terribly bad graphically, and I can understand why they say that. I think they had to lower the graphical fidelity in order to fit 80 people into the game. Let me see if I can... It's not looking for a match. Let me try again. As I was saying, to fit 80 people in this game, it seems that they had to lower the graphical quality. And it makes sense because probably the engine was not made for 80 people battles. I think they even tried with over 100 people. They just went for 80. So it's interesting, at least they are trying. But the game doesn't look that bad. The video itself, with the compression and all that, destroys the visuals too. So the game is not bad looking, but it's not the best looking game ever. So yeah, keep that in mind. I'm not defending the game, of course, but I'm trying to be fair with it. Oh, this is the part I want to land in the actual game, so good. I'll be able to do some interesting stuff. Okay, so this is the problematic area usually. As you can see on 720p max, we're not dropping that low. On 1080p we were getting 45 here, on 900p medium where we're getting 50 to 60. And here we're getting 60s with some drops into the high 50s. Which I consider a win, at least, for the frame rate of course. But I was expecting worse performance, honestly, considering all the demanding games I've been testing lately. I just had low expectations for performance so far. Where can I download Black Ops 4 Blackout? On battle.net tomorrow. Oh, interesting. Sniper rifle. Without a sight. Very PUBG. Blackout. Try on Steam. What do you mean? This game is not on Steam. This is only on battle.net, unfortunately. Alright, let's get into another place now. Maybe here, close to Array. Or the Nuketown. No, the Nuketown Island doesn't have that much grass, so it doesn't make sense to test that area. So yeah, let's go to just next to Array. And it should be fine. As you can see there in the before landing we had low GPU usage. That was due to the high frame rate, it seems. But yeah, once you land is when the performance really matters. Before landing I don't think is very important. Okay, somebody's close by. Okay, good. Sniper rifle. Great. I'm so bad with sniper rifles. Okay, cool. Let's keep going. Oh, yeah, please. Thank you. Some healing. And let's get the guy that landed very close to us. Hopefully I don't die in the first 2 minutes. That would be much appreciated. But you never know. Alright. Nothing here. I'm expecting somebody here. Let me see the map. Okay, I'm in the zone, so I can calmly look for the other person that landed here. Oh, hello. Oh man, that was a bad idea. Hello. I wish I had a scope or something, but I don't. Let's find a scope. Hopefully there's one here. Hopefully rockets. Yeah, let's be a little ridiculous with this. this. Yeah, whatever. So rockets in a battle royale game. That is not Fortnite. Oh man. That was such a fail. Oh man. Such a fail. But yeah, it was as to be expected, yeah. Yeah, the PC version is out early access today. Tomorrow it will be out for everyone. So if you link your Twitch account to your battle.net, you should be able to access it, I think. If you pre-order the game, you should be able to access right now, and tomorrow for everybody else. So okay, let me switch to the 750 Ti. You can see it right there. I'm going to turn off the PC now. Give me 1 second. You don't think it will go as big as PUBG and Fortnite? You never know, it's Call of Duty, but Fortnite is free, so you cannot really beat free. Let me change this. 1050 Ti is done. Done. Let's do for 750 Ti. Okay. Let me turn off the PC, guys. 1 second. Sorry about all this mumbo jumbo, but there's not much that I can do to swap quickly. Have to do it the old-fashioned way. So yeah, let me turn this off, and we switch to this. Okay. So I'll just turn off the PC. Be patient, be patient. I'm just swapping GPUs. Yeah, whatever. Let's turn it off. And let's swap the parts very quickly. I'll be right back. As you can see, here's the card, the 750 Ti. $1050 Ti. And that's it, I turned on the PC. Let me see once we get back into Windows and I finish installing the drivers and all that. And there I'll put back the the screen so you can see what's going on. Okay, I'm back into the PC. I have to install the drivers very quickly. So guys, so far what do you think about the Blackout beta? I mean the gameplay, the performance, all that. So we can have something to talk about. Beta is free. Yes, tomorrow it will be open to everyone. So no worries, you have time to play it. It should be up for the weekend. It will be very, very fun. Once I play it with some friends, it will be significantly better. All right, so I'm back into the PC now. Whoop. Okay, so I'm back here, and this is with the 750 Ti installed. As you can see, here it is. And I'll be doing some overclock to it. Let's add 200 MHz to the core and 400 MHz to the memory clock. And let's keep it like that and jump into the game. Let me change this to 1080p. Let's put 1080p lowest. Yeah. Lowest. Whoop. It crashed. Fantastic. Gotta love when games crash. Let me give it a second try. Maybe it was the overclock, who knows. Some games don't like overclocking. Yep, let's give it a second try. Hopefully it works this time around. Thanks Mohit Naik, and I'm sorry I cannot pronounce the rest. Thank you so much for the 20 Indian rupees. Very much appreciated. It helps a lot with to keep up the channel going. So yeah, thank you so much for the donation. La D50 Ti está boceada también. No tenía overclock. As I was saying, the 1050 Ti had no overclock applied to it. ¿Qué tarjeta ahora? ¿La D50 Ti? No, la D50 Ti ya la testé. Ahora va la 750 Ti. Let me change the status here so it's more clear. 750 Ti right now. That should be better. Alright, let's close this. Let's open the settings. And as you can see here, I'm on 1080p. Special effect, blah blah blah. Textures, let's keep those on low. Now let's keep them on medium. Medium seems to be good enough. And let's keep everything lower to the minimum, just to have a baseline, because it ran pretty bad on the 1050 Ti, even with low settings. So yeah, this is what I'm going to be using, 1080p lowest settings, except in textures, of course. Now let's jump into Black Ops 4 Blackout. 3 gigs of VRAM is not enough. Well, it is if you lower the resolution of the textures. So yeah, it's enough if you lower your expectations and your texture quality. For modern games, on all modern games that I tested, you can lower the texture quality and you get better performance on the 1050 Ti and higher shadow settings. Okay, so 1080p lowest settings. We're getting over 60 right now, but this is not a place that I had a lot of trouble with. So yeah. And the overclock is not applied, so the overclock maybe messed up the game. That's why the first time I couldn't launch it, I think. So I'll keep overclock away from this right now, from this GPU in this game. Salve Insta. ¿Cómo andas Insta? ¿Todo bien? Ya probé la D50 Ti. El Blackout también consume mucho CPU. Sí, usa casi la misma cantidad de CPU que el modo multijugador, pero usa más GPU. Fortnite. Sí, el Fortnite, estoy jugando el Fortnite. After seeing 1050 Ti in Shadow of the Tomb Raider, I'll lose all hope. Well, you're not the only one. Many of the comments in the Rise of the Tomb Raider video are, on the 1050 Ti Rise of the Tomb Raider video, are rest in peace 1050 Ti. Which I can understand, all the paranoia going through it. But until the PS5 releases or something like that, we're not going to have to play at 720p to get 30 frames per second on that card, so we'll see. Oh man, he got the weapon before me. Yeah, shoot at me, come on. Come on, dude. Oh yeah, it looks significantly worse compared to, worse than the 1050 Ti to be expected. We're using lower settings, 1080p. Yeah. Our friend Woods here. Hi Woods, thanks for punching me in the face. ¿Eres mexicano? No, soy uruguayo. Ser mexicano sería más fácil, me parece. Yo pensé que me iba a invitar un helado ya que iba por su pago. What? Todo bilingüe el vato, sí, una raza. No sé qué significa eso. Bilingüe sí sé qué significa, pero... Hola Santiago, ¿cómo te va? Fuera de YouTube, claro. Ah, bien, bien. Todo bien, por suerte. Holy shit, I've never seen a GPU holding this long. Jesus Christ. Yeah, agreed. This GPU is from 2014. We can run a 2018 game on 1080p. Kinda crazy. So yeah, at this time, I mean, on 2014, I wouldn't even expect for this GPU to be working fine, well, decently, somewhat fine on 2018 games. So yeah, that's kind of crazy, actually. We need 4 more people and the game will launch, hopefully. I'm kind of bored of waiting here around the lobby area. Acabaste de decir el 50 Ti ya no sirve el nuevo Shadow of Tomb Raider, en inglés es trash. No, dije que era tuvo FPS bastante bajos en Shadow of the Tomb Raider, así que mucha gente perdió la esperanza. Ah, vale, 50 Ti. ¿Sos argentino? No, soy uruguayo. from Uruguay, your friend Santiago. Okay, hopefully the game is about to launch. They should just deploy with 78 players if it's taking more than 5 minutes. This is getting a little bit too boring. What is this? Oh, okay. Run out of ammo, so I cannot shoot anymore. One more player, we're in, one more player. Yeah, way up. Take that, Woods. How many frames did you get on the 1050 Ti? On 900p medium, we were able to get 50 to 60 frames per second. On 1080p medium, that was not possible. It would drop into the 40s. Then on 1080p max, we're over 30 frames per second. 1080p lowest, we were unable to maintain 60s. 900p max, we were getting over 30 frames per second. 720p max, we were getting 50 to 70 frames per second. And that was about it for the 1050 Ti. It was very straightforward. Sí, es abierta. Abre mañana para todos. La 750 Ti aguanta unos 13 años más así sea el 720p. Sí, por supuesto. Vamos a ver qué pasa. 3, 2, 1. Finally we're launching again. Eliminate all the players. No way. Okay, so I'm going to drop in this area because when you look into the firing range from here, you get a significant performance hit. And this is not 1080p, now that I'm seeing. This is way lower than 1080p actually. Oh, render resolution 66%. This is 720p actually. That's very disappointing. So I was playing below 720p. That was why the resolution, the frame rate was so good. That was because it wasn't 1080p, it was 1080p with 66% resolution scale. That means that we were below 720p on lowest settings and we were getting very low frame rates. As you can see now, this is reality. Oh man, it hurts. Jesus. Okay. It's not too bad now. Okay, no weapons here. Disappointed. Come on. Oh, hello there. Inventory full, I don't care. Okay, so as you can see now, this is a problematic area looking into the firing range from afar. And as you can see so far on 1080p lowest settings, we're getting drops below 30 frames per second. So yeah, maybe 1080p is not a good idea unless you overclock your GPU. In this case, overclocking made the game crash for me at the very start. So I recommend avoiding overclocking this card on this game right now. But yeah, this is disgusting. That's fine. Let's switch to 900p lowest and let's see what happens. That will be a little better. We drop to 900p. We apply the settings. And yeah, as you can see, I'm going to be using medium textures. Yeah, and everything just lowered to the minimum. That will be about it. Everything lowered to the minimum. 900p. Let me change the text so you know what's going on. 900p lowest. Perfect. Let me check it. Let me double check if this is 100% resolution scale. Yes, it is 100% render resolution. So this is native 900p. And looking at the firing range, again upper 30s, but still we drop below 40 frames per second. This is significantly worse than the multiplayer beta because this is a bigger map, a lot more players on screen. So yeah, a lot of stuff going on now. So yeah, 900p, 30 frames per second at the lowest. There's a car moving over there. I'm not sure how I managed to see it. So yeah, this is what we have right now.
Circle collapse imminent. Get to safety.
I'll swap quickly to 720p just to see how it goes. This is a very brief test because, I mean, this is very clear. I don't need to run around to know what's going on. This is, yeah. I think this is very, very clear. Let me swap to 720 very quickly. And I play at 720. 720p lowest. I had to upgrade the capture card's resolution. 1 second, guys. 720. And I changed the text once again. 720p lowest. As you can see, this is 720p. And the textures on medium, everything lower to the minimum. And the render resolution is 100, so we're actually on native 720p. And here, okay, this is significantly better. We're getting mid 40s, as you can see, in the worst case scenario, which is looking at the firing range from afar. At least right now, this is what the worst I could find. So yeah, this is significantly smoother. Let's keep it at 720p lowest to play this match. It's much easier to aim. The game feels very responsive, but there's aliasing everywhere. So if you are allergic to aliasing, I recommend you look away for a little bit. How did the 1050 Ti do? On 900p and 720p you can get 60 frames per second. On 1080p it's very difficult to do so, even at the lowest settings. So yeah, keep that in mind. But yeah, the 1050 Ti was significantly better than this, without a doubt. Oh yeah, here 720p is the way to go on this card.
Net call. Supply drop incoming.
And the textures take a lot of time to load. Maybe we have to drop to low textures. Sniper rifle, good. Let me see if I can put the scope of this onto the rifle. Oh yes I can, good. Alright, wonderful. Alright. Oh yeah, 720p here is a must, as you can see. We are GPU bound, so the GPU is the culprit. There's a car approaching, I think. Yeah, I can hear it. Oh man. Yeah, of course I was going to be screwed. That's fine. Let me put the spectator mode so we can see a little bit more 720p. And let's talk a little bit on the chat. Rest in peace 750 Ti. Well, it's 4 years old, so almost 5 years old. In February it will be 5 years old. So it was to be expected. I mean, one day was going to be a stuttery mess, I guess. Press F in the chat for the to pay respects to the 750 Ti. F, 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 F. Yeah. 60 frames per second Black Ops 4 with 1050 Ti. Yes, it's possible, as long as you lower the resolution to 900p. It's fine. So yeah, again, this is the yeah, the death of the 750 Ti in this game. Rip 750 Ti and rip Santiago. Yeah, that's true. But at least this guy is playing well, so you don't have to watch me play right now. Less embarrassing. But yeah. Okay, I'm going to swap to the 1063 gigabytes in a little bit, so he's going to die. No, he's not. He'll be fine. But yeah, here's the 1063 gigabytes, the super clock version. We're going to swap to that after this, so pay attention. F, F, yeah, a lot of Fs on the chat. If I want to be above 30 frames per second 900p, I prioritize these visuals. What settings? Probably medium settings or low settings. On 900p here. Even on the lowest settings I was dropping into the 30s, so there's not much that you can do. Unless you overclock the 750 Ti, there you can do some other stuff. But yeah, if you want 30 frames per second, you can even do 720p medium to high settings, and you'll be getting better visuals, at least. Okay, he's done. Let's swap to the 1060, shall we? Let me change the specs here. 750 Ti, done. And let's swap to the 1060. Three gigabytes right now. All right. 1 second, guys. I'm going to keep the game a little away from me. I have to switch GPUs. It's kind of a pain, but it's worth the trouble.
Sit rep. Circle collapse imminent.
So yeah, here we are. Let me restart the PC. Better set turn off the PC so I can swap to the 1060. We put swap to the 1060. 3 gigabytes right now. And guys, give me 1 second. So here's the here's the 1060 3 gigs version. Let me turn off the PC and we'll be right into it. I have to remove the 750 Ti and put the 1060 3 gigabytes into the system, install the drivers, and I'll be back into the game. 1 second. As you can see here, the 750 Ti, the MSI Twin Frozer, and let's plug in the 1060, shall we? The 8-pin connector. Almost there. Come on, there we go. It's plugged in. And let's jump started with some metal. There we go. Okay guys, so the 1060 is now into the system. Let me very quickly install the drivers and get the system started, and we'll be able to play some more. Yeah, rest in peace 750 Ti, always in our hearts, but not on Blackout. Almost there, guys. 1 more second. Drivers are a pain. Messi teniendo intrigados y sos guitarrista, hace mucho que no toco la guitarra. Debería volver. Can I play with 8 GB of RAM? It should be fine, but expect some stutters every now and then. The game uses more than 8 gigs, so yeah. Be careful with that. Make sure it's on dual channel, the RAM. The RAM on dual channel is crucial on games like this. I mean, as of today, I always see way better performance with dual channel on the RAM. Yeah, you should upgrade your RAM if possible. Yeah. Games are using more than 8 gigabytes. A little bit, it depends, but yeah. I'm installing drivers right now, guys. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to get the thing going. Hope it runs with 80 frames per second. Yeah, me too. Hopefully. Installing the packages. Come on. Be quicker. Okay, I think it's done. Almost. Alright. So, we are back. Let's open battle.net. Almost there, guys. Okay, so now I'm on battle.net with the 1060 here on the PC. Let me change the status to 1080p, and we'll see what we do later with that. But as you can see, here it is, the 1060 3 gigabytes, the driver version, the latest one, it should be. And this is a dual fan card, so I'm going to put 35% fan speed in order to get, because the fan curve that comes from the package is not aggressive enough. Let's keep it at 35. And let's just launch the game, shall we? Hopefully it doesn't crash like the previous time. It only asks me for the safe mode and all that. Okay, safe mode. Hopefully it doesn't crash right away. ¿De dónde eres? Soy de Uruguay. Do you use AMD GPUs? I used to use AMD GPUs, but unfortunately due to the mining and all that kind of stuff, nobody was watching the RX 470, RX 480 videos, so I had to sell them and stick to the NVIDIA cards since they were affordable back then. So yeah, I used some AMD GPUs many times before, but yeah, mining was a pain. It was very much of a pain, yeah. I have 8 GB in single channel. Do you think my Windows will crash? I think it will just run worse than this. That's what compared to what I'm showing you in the stream. It should be worse because it's very CPU bound. And a lot of people told me that the game was significantly less smooth with single channel. At least in the previous beta. Here it should be even worse. But you never know. Okay, so we're on 1080p, 100% render resolution. Textures are on high by default. Let's keep them that way. Let's keep the special effects on high, texture filtering on high, model quality on high, screen space reflections, small object culling on high, special effects, shadows, let's keep it on just for now. We'll see what happens. Shadows on the maximum, weapon shadow turn on, anti-aliasing on, filmic SMAA T2X, ambient occlusion on very high, motion blur, let's disable that, it makes me sick, unfortunately. And order independent transparency, let's keep it on high. And let's see what happens. Let's jump into the game, shall we? Deploy. And I'll change the status to 1080p max. High textures. That's very descriptive. And let's see what it can do. This game is so boring. Well, it depends. If you fall in a very hot area, it might be not that boring. It's actually pretty good. At least in my opinion. It feels very polished. Right now at least. Alright, once we land, we'll see the real frame rate. Alright. As of right now, we're over 60. That's probably not going to last very long once we get long draw distances and all that kind of stuff. So yeah. Armor level 1. Rocket launcher. Beautiful. Hey guys. Hey guys. I remember this from Black Ops 2. I think it was. That's a throwback. Jesus. I remember this map so well. Yeah. It's very weird to see this here. I mean, not in a bad way, in a good way. What the hell? I remember this map. Damn memories. Wait, I missed the 750 Ti. Yes, you can go back a little bit, like 20 minutes back. 15 minutes back, and you'll see the 750 Ti. Unfortunately, it was terrible performance. But at least it was playable at 720p, I guess. Menendez. Hello, Menendez.
Blackout.
Max textures? No thanks. I'm fine. With 3 gigs of VRAM, max textures, and it's not a good idea. Let's jump into the exact same place as before, which was looking into the firing range. That destroyed my frame rates all the time for some reason. So if it runs good there, it will run good everywhere else. As you can see right now, before jumping, we're getting 30 frames per second. Once we land, you'll see the real frame rate, to say it in some way. But I don't have high hopes to get 60 frames per second maxed out, as you can see. Once we land, we'll know, but if I don't die once I land, I should be able to find out. I think there's someone with me here. Alright. Beautiful. Let's keep the shotgun at least. Oh, finally. A weapon. Okay, so let's look far into distance. Okay, as you can see right now, in this zone, I'm getting into the 40s. So I need to lower the settings, as you can see. So let's be very brief about it. Let's just tweak it. So on the graphic settings, I'm going to lower first of all the special effects to medium, models to medium, small object calling to medium, special effects shadows no thanks, shadows to high, dynamic shadows, let's skip them. Anti-aliasing, let's keep it on low since it's still SMAA1X, medium ambient occlusion. And order independent transparency, let's keep it on medium, yeah. Now on low. We have a lot of grass here. Okay, it's not that much better. I got like an extra 8 frames per second. Never mind, now it's significantly better. So let's keep it like this. This should be a mix between medium and high, I would say. So let's keep it like this and play a little bit. But yeah, we're 50 to 60. I don't mind drops in this case because it's a very specific area where I get these drops, just looking at the firing range from afar. Well, not so far away. But yes, as you can see, once I look away from the firing range, it's fine. So let's keep the worst case scenario as 50. But yeah, now it's much better with medium to high settings. Yeah, there's a lot of RAM usage. The RAM usage is very high, so make sure to have enough system RAM for that. It can be very variable. I even hit 10 gigabytes sometimes. Now it dropped to 7 gigabytes, 7.7 gigabytes for some reason. So yeah, very weird stuff going on sometimes with the... I want this weapon, thank you.
Circle collapse imminent. Get to safety.
But yeah, as you can remember, the multiplayer beta was running at 60 frames, over 60 frames per second maxed out, except in textures. So yeah, it was to be expected that this was going to perform worse. It's a much bigger map. As you can see, that the draw distance here is terrible on the grass. Okay, let's cross the bridge. Alright, good. Después del probar juego de Tomb Raider, ¿no sientes que fue un desperdicio cambiar la de 6 por la de 3 GB? No, para nada. Le puedo mostrar a la gente los problemas de tener poca memoria de video, así que es un win-win para mí. Someone was asking in Spanish if the... What the hell was that noise? Someone was asking in Spanish if I regret changing the 6 gigs 1060 for the 3 gigs 1060 after playing Shadow of the Tomb Raider. And personally, I don't think... I'm not disappointed at all, because I can show you guys what happens if you don't have enough VRAM, or if you go over the 3 gigs of VRAM amount. So I don't think it was a waste of time to swap 6 gigs to 3 gigs, just to do benchmarks for you guys. So I take it as a win, because I can teach you what's going on with textures if you have low VRAM with your system. But as you can see now that I'm away from that problematic area, it's significantly smoother, sorry. We're over 50 frames per second pretty much all the time now. But again, I was expecting better from the 1060 3 gigs. Idle lungs. Sorry about that. Okay, let's keep this. Please set everything on ultra except textures. I already did that. And it was 40 frames per second, the worst case scenario. Good stuff. Alright. Well, it seems to be okay so far. Vuelve a la 1050 Ti. Ya probé la 1050 Ti en 3 resoluciones y 2 ajustes por resolución. Así que no voy a volver a la 1050 Ti para este stream. Pero puedes retroceder al principio del stream. Ahí ves todo. I was saying in Spanish that if you want to see the 1050 Ti on this game, you can just roll back the stream. At the very start of the stream, I did 1080p, 900p and 720p, so you can see how to get 50 to 60 frames per second. You can just rewind and watch that. But yeah, I'm pretty much done with that card today on this game. I'm just trying to test the 1060 now and be done with the stream. So yeah. Let me see. Oh, I can drive this. Cool. I wasn't expecting that. Now I'm getting below 60 frames per second, so I think it needs a little more tweaking, especially in the shadows. No, not in the shadows. Maybe the reflections, they need to go. And I can sound the horn. Come on, shoot at me, guys. Shoot at me. All right. Let's stay right here. What the hell? A zombie? Okay, suddenly a zombie showed up. Not sure what's going on.
Be advised. Further collapse expected.
What the hell?
Relocate to safe zone.
A battle royale game with zombie stuff in the middle. Oh. That's cool. What the hell? Yeah, I was weirded out once I saw a zombie running at me. I thought it was a player or something. But yeah, it seems that they picked everything that means Call of Duty and just crammed it into this Battle Royale mode. What the hell, the zombie mode? Okay. There's a player there, I'm sure of it. There has to be somebody. Alright, I effed it up. Nothing new here. What the hell with the windows? What is that noise? Hopefully another... Okay, there's somebody here. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, I got him. I wasn't expecting that. Are you playing single player mode, story mode? No, there's no story mode. This is the Battle Royale multiplayer mode. What is that noise? Well, let's keep it there. At least I can keep players a little far away from me. I'm in the middle of the zone. Para mí no está tan mal lo de los zombies, está chévere. Sí, no lo dije como algo malo. O sea, lo dije como algo que no esperaba. Como que me sorprendió. I wasn't saying that the zombie mode, the zombie stuff was bad. I just wasn't expecting it. It weird me. It made me feel just weird. I thought it was a player. I think it's cool, but I don't know. It's just weird. I don't know. It was weird out of nowhere. 1063 gigs is better than 1050 Ti? Yes, of course, but you can use better textures on the 1050 Ti. That's the benefit. Oh, 556. Of course, I'm keeping this gun. Oh man, I'm done. Almost. Oh, I can swim too. Good. Very useful. Oh, yeah, not very useful now. Oh man, that scared me. Okay, let's switch to spectator. Saludo Ecuador, saludo Uruguay. Señor Roberto Gamer. Alright, so that was medium to high settings, if I remember correctly. Let me see. Medium ambient occlusion, low anti-aliasing, which is SMAA1X. I'm not sure why they call it low, just call it SMAA1X. Low order independent transparency, which is usually a big hit to the performance, in my experience. Dynamic shadows, all of them, shadows on high. Small object culling on medium, models on medium, special effect. Yeah, this is medium to high settings. Medium with some stuff on high. I think this is a good configuration. Maybe we'll turn off the order independent transparency. Yeah, that improved the frame rate significantly, I think. Yeah, improved it a little bit. So that maybe helps to maintain 60 frames per second more consistently. So yeah, 1080p max, the lowest frame rate I saw was into the 40s while you're actually in the ground, not falling from the sky. Then the configuration to get 50 to 60 overall in actual gameplay was a mix between medium and high settings, I would say. The good thing is that you can use high textures, so the game looks pretty good with the textures on high. So I think I'll just swap to 1440p now. Can you answer SU1 question on top? I cannot read more than 5 comments at the same time, unfortunately. You'll have to ask again, sorry. Can I play on FX 6300 and at 1063 gigabytes? Not sure how the FX 6300 would handle the game, to be honest. But the GPU is enough. Make sure to have the RAM on dual channel. Bro, did you buy the 20 series GPU? Unfortunately not. I will wait for the 2050 and the 2060. Y luego se ve bastante bien, sí, la verdad que estoy de acuerdo. Aunque le faltan algunos reflejos le faltan. If I was on your platform, I would not even look below the 1066 GB. Well, yeah, if you can afford it, why look something worse than a 1060? Read chat more. I cannot read chat and play at the same time a competitive game. Try to do that yourself and you'll see how difficult it is. And using all caps won't make me read your comment faster. So, good luck with that. What do you think of this game? Do you like it? So far, the Battle Royale mode, I'm enjoying it. I didn't like the multiplayer mode. I think it was more of the same. I didn't enjoy it that much. What I do like about the multiplayer mode is the healing mechanic, that you have to heal yourself. I like that a lot. But on the my English, God. But on the Battle Royale mode that I'm testing right now, it was very fun. It wasn't expected. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to have fun with it. I mean, the controls are very snappy, like Call of Duty, but you've got many maps from previous Call of Duties just meshed together. As you can see in the map here, you have array, firing range, Nuketown, yeah, many things, as you can see. Plus, you have some zombies in the middle that I wasn't expecting, and many weapons. And the inventory is very snappy. It's kind of weird at first. You have to drag things around, but it feels very snappy overall. And uses a lot of system RAM. Okay, let me switch to 1440p. Hopefully the capture card likes the change. Usually it gets so purple when okay, it's fine. Okay, good. Let's try 1440p now. 1 second, guys. I gotta fix the stuff.
Relocate to safe zone.
Alright, so this is 1440p. I will use the same settings, medium to high, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, let's keep it like this for now. Alright. So this is 1440p with the same settings as 1080p. Let me change this, which are a mix between medium and high settings. It's pretty much medium settings with a couple of things on high. Right now we're getting 60s, but this doesn't seem to be very demanding. Let me start all over again so we can try it out. We deploy. Oh yeah, now we're doing 1440p. Let's see how it goes. I would expect a mix between, sorry about that, a mix between low and medium to get over 50 frames per second, but we'll find out once we jump into the game. Thanks, Robin. What did Robin say? Okay, I cannot read it. It's very quick. That is nice choose. What? I'm so lost. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so lost with the chat. Alright. It's very difficult to play a competitive game and read the chat at the same time. But at least I have to... I'm practicing. I'm getting better at that. I'll just mark here the problematic place that we always have. So yeah, 1080p. I already tested 1080p. You can look at that around 5 minutes, well, 10 minutes back. Just rewind 10 minutes and you'll see 1080p. 1080p was fine with medium to high settings. We were getting 50 to over 60 frames per second. It was playable, very playable. I have H310, but I want B360. Yeah, I mean, if you use the extra features, it's not a bad idea. I think B360 is better value for money. That's all I can say. H310, I think it uses PCI Express 2.0, so... I mean, it won't be a huge performance difference, but if you can have PCI Express 3.0, I'll go for it. Alright, as you can remember, when you're not actually in the ground, the performance is significantly worse. So once we touch the ground, we'll know the real performance. Almost there. 1 second, guys. Someone have a piece 67 megabytes they don't need. Not sure what that means. Okay, let's head down. GTX 1060, i7 3770, US RAM, run ultra to high. If you overclock the 1060, it should be fine, but I wouldn't expect ultra settings 60 frames per second. Maybe if you lower some stuff to high, it should be fine, but at least in this beta right now, I wouldn't be so sure about that. About 60 frames per second max, even if you have the 6 GB version. Nah, the pistol, no. Somebody's close to me. Alright, so in the problematic the problematic area, we're getting into the mid-30s at 1440p. So as you can see, 57, 35, 37, sorry. So I'll probably need to do some tweaking here. 1 second, guys. Just to be ridiculous, let's up the settings to ultra, just to be ridiculous. It will be just for a second, don't worry. Special effects, shadows, blah 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 blah. Anterior scene on filmic SMAA T2X, no motion blur. And order independent transparency. Okay, so this is 1440p ultra. Let's put max so it's clear. And as you can see, yeah, below 30 frames per second in the the problematic area, mid-20s. But if I look away from the problematic area, it's 39. Yeah, don't use max settings 1440p. Thank you, Kash Shukla, for the 40 ENR donation. I think it's Indian rupees. Thank you so much for the support. That helps me to continue the channel and doing this live stream. So thank you, much appreciated. Let's try low settings now, which means low shadows, low ambient occlusion, no dynamic shadows, special effect shadows, no thanks, small object culling on low, screen space reflections, no thanks, model quality on low, special effects on very low, and that'll be about it. We apply the settings, and we put low here. Man, this is messed up. Okay, so 1440p low settings, and again we're not hitting over 50 frames per second, unfortunately. Well, let's keep playing the game like this for a little bit. Outside of the problematic area, it seems to be fine. Oh yeah, this area is the 40 FPS mark. So yeah, i3 or i5 better. It depends. If it's if you're talking about older i5 versus modern i3, it should be pretty similar because i3s now have 4 cores. So yeah, if you're talking about an 8th gen i5 or newer, the i5 is better. If you're talking about last gen i5 versus current gen i3, then the i3 should be pretty similar. ¿Me saludas? Por supuesto, Frank Cabezas. Te saludo. Hola, hola. Ah, qué saludo de mierda que hago. ¿Todo bien? ¿Cómo andas? Which one OS is better? What do you mean? Alright.
Supply drop incoming.
Oh, nice. Fast magazine. Yeah, I want the fast magazine. Let's go into the middle of the zone. Oh man. This doesn't control like PUBG, the map I mean. Maybe here. But yeah, 1440p, don't expect 60 frames per second, even on low settings. At least on the beta. This is the beta after all. Oh. Yes, please. Nothing here. Alright. Laser sights. F1 laser sights. Windows 9 is the best OS. Of course Windows 9 is the best. Windows 9 is very OP. Stock, cool. Nah, I'm good. Alright, i5 7400 or i3 8400. Well, there's no i3 8400, so you're probably meaning i3 8300 or i3 8100. In that case, I'll get any of those CPUs. The i5 should give you pretty similar performance overall. Sorry about that. So yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about it. I will get the i3 8100 or 8300 because you're getting a better upgrade path. You can use more modern CPUs later down the line when you upgrade. So yeah. Is the GTX 1000 series and RX 5 series, 500 series dying, or it's not dying? I mean, once NVIDIA clears the stock, we'll probably be getting the 2050 and the 2060, but they're not dying. What do you mean? Remember that this card, I think it was released 2 years ago. I think. If I'm wrong, please correct me. I want to know for sure. But NVIDIA didn't release a new GPU architecture for a long while. So it was going to be a significant hit to performance after some time. Okay, I'm in still in the zone. That's good. The rocket launcher is pretty cool. If you actually hit your target, unlike what I do.
Further collapse expected. Travel to indicated safe zone.
Okay, still in the zone. Cool. Nah, I'm good. Okay, I'm just camping now. i3-8100 and i5-7500 have same performance. Yeah, it should be pretty similar overall. Both have 4 cores. The i5 has turbo boost compared to the i3, so that should be an advantage in some cases. Sorry, but the i3 should give you similar performance for a lower price. Depends on the country, of course, and you get a better upgrade path because the motherboard that you need is on the i3-8100 will be compatible with i5-8400, i7-8700. So yeah, I have my reasons to recommend the i3 8th gen versus the 7th gen i5. Oh, here, the scope.
Net call. Supply drop incoming.
Supply drop. No, I'm going by a PC. Is aiming hard? No, it's actually pretty easy. It's like, it feels very Call of Duty. That's all I have to say. The aiming is very, very smooth overall. It's very snappy. And, but what I noticed is that there is bullet drop in this game, which I wasn't expecting. I thought it was going to be like Fortnite's, that the sniper rifles were going to be physics based, but the other guns just a ray going out of your gun. But as you can see, the bullets are falling down when I aim, when I'm shooting. The bullets seem to have some gravity to them. Maybe it's just an illusion, I don't know. But it seems that the bullets take some time to reach their targets. It seems that they are just going with some projectiles. But yeah, the guns don't drop that hard, though. Let's see if the rifle drops. Yeah, it does. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, there seems to be some bullet drop going on. I'm not sure. Somebody's shooting. I think it's over there. Yeah, there. Boom, I got him. I don't know how. Oh man. But yeah, there's some bullet drop. I aimed a little high and it reached him, so... Oh man, yeah, I stayed still for too long. Sorry about that, guys. I got very careless. That was very stupid. Okay, activate adaptive V-Sync, so much screen tearing. If you want to use V-Sync, use it. I won't be using it to do benchmarks. V-Sync is off for the benchmarks. It's just to see the highest frame rate possible. Alright, let's just lower it a little bit, just to kill it. Let's disable weapon shadow, ambient occlusion, subsurface scattering. Just to see if we get at least a small boost in performance. 55, 56, now we get... Yeah, there's not much of an improvement. It's almost the exact same performance. So let's just swap to 4K now. 4K should be, well, a destroyer of GPUs, but hey, let's give it a try anyways. It will be a lot of fun. Set no one ever. Okay. So this is 4K lowest. 4K low. And as you can see right now, let me change the MSI Afterburner overlay a little bit so you can actually see it. It's very small now. That's what she said. There we go. Okay, good. So this is 4K now. No high expectations at all, of course. Textures on high. I should lower them to medium, but that's okay. Let's keep them like this for now. Very low. Texture filtering on high, model quality on low, screen space reflections off, small object culling on low, special effects shadows turn off, shadow quality on low, dynamic shadows turn off, weapon shadow turn off, anti-aliasing none at all, no ambient occlusion, no motion blur, no subsurface scattering, and no order independent transparency. And this is 4K once again. And we're getting below 30 frames per second, as you can see. So yeah, avoid 4K. Just don't use 4K, forget that it exists on this card. Maybe on the 1066 gigabytes you might be getting over 30 with the lowest, but I don't think it's worth the effort, as you can see right now. But yeah, let me do some overclock. I'll do some overclocking. Let's do that. We're going to put the power limit on 120. We add 75 MHz to the memory to the core clock and 400 MHz to the memory. We apply, and hopefully the game doesn't crash. Hopefully. Okay, we're back. Now we're getting the GPU. The core clock on the GPU is at 2012 MHz instead of 19 something, and the VRAM is at 4404 instead of 4000. And we got a small improvement in performance, but we'll still drop below 30 frames per second. We're looking fine to a distance. So yeah, no thanks. Avoid 4K, just avoid it. Please, please. Okay, I think that will be it for the stream. 4K, just don't do it, not worth the trouble. I'll just go back to 1080p very quickly so you can see it for one more time. Yeah, that should be it. Some surface scattering, weapon shadow, dynamic shadows, all, shadows on medium, small object culling on high, screen space reflections, models on high, special effects on medium, textures on high, and that should be it. Yeah, pretty much medium settings. Now let's keep 1080p medium with some stuff on high, and let's switch to 1080 with the overclock in place. As you can see now, the overlay is huge, so I gotta fix it, but that's okay. This is the way to get the best performance. Sorry about that, guys. I'll fix it right away. Yeah, I hate to do this mid-stream, but I have to do it.
Be advised. Further collapse expected.
Okay.
Relocate to safe zone.
I'll keep it over there, so at least you can see the game. And let me change the status to 1080p. Medium-ish. Medium-ish. 1060 overclocked. And that will be it. I will play one more match and finish the live stream. I live in Asia, somebody same. Unfortunately, I don't. I want to play on high to medium graphics on 60 frames per second. Well, this is medium with some stuff on high, so this should be what you're looking for, I guess. There are some drops below 60, but I don't know, it's not too bad. Still playable. Sorry about that. But yeah, the system RAM usage is very high, and the GPU usage is insanely high. Now I'm dropping the GPU usage, as you can see. It wasn't maxed out, so the CPU was limiting the GPU there. We were still over 60, so the CPU wasn't the culprit there for dropping below 60. But yeah, I mean, at least we can play it, I guess. Hopefully the beta is what helps the developers fix this, or make it better, in with lack of a better word. But yeah, this is a beta, so it should improve once the game releases, but you never know. New and old games. How can we overclock the 1060 using the MSI Afterburner? I have a tutorial on how to overclock a GPU. I'll send it to you right away. Here's how to overclock. I'll leave you the link in the chat.
Net call. Supply drop incoming.
So you can see that. It says 1050 Ti, but it works for any GPU. 1060 has the same GPU as Xbox. Which one? Xbox One X? I don't think so. I think the Xbox One X has a slightly better GPU. I'm not sure. But it's a custom thing, so you cannot really directly compare it with another. Kind of difficult. Which 7th gen CPU do you recommend for the 1060 6GB? At least an i5 7400. That should be a good bet. It should be similar to what you see here. If you can afford more expensive stuff, get an i7 7700. That'll last significantly longer, that's for sure. But yeah. Why not 9th gen core? What do you mean? Yeah, right, tell that to PUBG on Xbox One X. Yeah, well, it also depends on optimization. If the developers are good at optimizing for a specific console, they surely get very good performance on the consoles. I mean, you can do a lot of magic with optimization. 8th gen? This is 8th gen. Yeah, this CPU is 8th gen. That was a good shot. It's not out yet, and there is only 100 to 200 MHz difference, so not really worth it. Yeah, I agree. The only difference from 8th gen to 9th gen, apart from the difference in frequency, like Bapir said, the i7 will start to be, instead of 6 cores 12 threads, will be 8 cores 8 threads, and there will be an i9 that it will be 8 cores 16 threads, but the i5 and the i3 will stay the same as the 8th gen. It will be 4 cores 4 threads on the i3, 6 cores 6 threads on the i5, just a frequency difference. So yeah, to us it doesn't matter, the 9th gen CPUs, to the budget gamers. Buen video, gracias Maxi. Muy amable. If I overclock my GPU, could it crash? If you go over the overclocking limit, yeah. And what do I mean by that? The overclocking limit is if I push it further than the card supports. For example, I'm on 2012 MHz on the core clock. Maybe if I add another 50 MHz, the GPU crashes. The PC crashes because the GPU's overclock is too high. So yeah, as long as you find the most stable overclock out there, you will be fine. In my video I linked in the chat, you can see that, how to see what's the limit. Se ve la diferencia entre una de 63 GB y una de 6. Puedes usar mejores texturas y te da 8% o 10% más FPS. Así que se puede notar la diferencia, pero depende del precio. Okay guys, let me jump one more time. Just to test things out one last time. Let me change the character. Let's be Mason. Oh, you can be a zombie. Oh, the zombie heroes. Got it. That's very interesting. Oh, you can be the multiplayer characters. That's pretty cool. Yeah, let's be Mason. I won't see the skin anyways, so whatever. 4 GB of VRAM, higher textures, 1063 gigs, more competitive settings performance. Yeah, what he's trying to say is that if you have the, as an example, just to say something, the 1050 Ti versus the 1063 gigs. The 1063 gigs is a faster GPU, but the 1050 Ti has more video memory. That means that the 1050 Ti you can use better textures, yeah, but it will get lower FPS compared to the 1060 in most cases. As an example, in this game, to get 60 frames per second somewhat consistently, I have to go for 900p medium settings on the 1050 Ti with high textures, high textures, I think. But I could do ultra, I think, on the 1050 Ti. But on the 1060, to do that, I can use 1080p instead of 900p. So I have a higher resolution with better settings, and I can get a significantly smoother game on the 1060 compared to the 1050 Ti. But I just have slightly worse textures. But these aren't loading right now, as you can see. There. You have to just punch it and it'll load the texture, which is fantastic. Gotta love technology. Alright. Oh yeah, it's very snappy so far. I'm really enjoying it when I'm not dying, which is all the time. Oh yeah, this is pretty much Call of Duty. All that means to be Call of Duty in a map with many old maps connected to each other, with zombies, with many weapons, many attachments, very snappy control, as you can see. It moves it's very fluid. So yeah, it's Call of Duty trying to be PUBG with some extra stuff that PUBG doesn't have. That would be my take on it. Maybe you don't agree, that's fine. But that's what I see. So yeah, if you don't agree, that's okay. Let's go to the problematic area, then I'll finish the live stream. Hi, Bavirelu, how are you doing? Sorry if I messed that up. I completely messed that up, but yeah. How are you doing? Good to see you. I'm going to play GTA 5 online because I own it. PUBG, Fallout 4, games like that. I forgot what PC you were trying to build, so I might answer that at the end of the stream, if I can see your specs. Can you show the video settings? They're shown, it's pretty much medium settings with some stuff on high. I cannot rewind at the moment, give me 1 second, I'm in the middle of the game. Oh, no weapons. Damn it. There's a guy at the other side of the road. Weapons, please. Weapon. Anyone. Even a pistol, I can accept a pistol. Oh, come on. Why? Okay, let's go to the problematic area very quickly. This is a problematic area. As you can see now with medium settings, a couple of things on high, I'm getting 60 frames per second here, which wasn't the case before with ultra preset. We were getting 40s with the ultra preset, yeah. So yeah, medium to high settings 1080p seems to be the sweet spot for 60 frames per second. Very smooth. Oh, very smooth frame rates. Hopefully I can find a gun before he kills me. Never mind, I couldn't. That sucks. Man, when I get the perfect settings, I get killed before finding a gun. Classic battle royale. Okay, I'll respond some comments and be done with the stream. Let's see. Let me show you the settings before that you were asking for it. So the settings are this. This is 1080p, as you can see, render resolution 100, so we're on native 1080p. Then we got the texture quality on high, special effects on medium, texture filtering on high, model quality on high, screen space reflections enabled, small object culling on high, special effects shadows disabled because that's shadows for the special effects, usually very taxing. Shadow quality on medium instead of the highest. Dynamic shadows all, which means that all the characters have shadows apparently. Then weapon shadow, which is shadows in your weapon, nothing special. Anti-aliasing on low, which means SMAA 1X, which is very good looking, I have to say, doesn't look bad at all. Then ambient occlusion on medium to have some room to spare there, it doesn't look bad on medium. Turn off, it looks significantly worse. No motion blur because it makes me sick on first-person shooters. Subsurface scattering enabled, so the skin looks more realistic. And then order independent transparency disabled, which is, according to this, the amount of transparent effects and objects that are sorted when looking through them. This helps to get a good feeling of depth when looking through these objects. I don't think this is anything special, but it does impact performance, so I recommend disabling it. But yeah, that's pretty much the options menu for 60 frames per second. This is the ideal settings. If you can overclock your card, even better. But yeah, this is what we have right now. And I'm going to respond some of the chat. Definitivamente se ve mucho más smoother que el PUG. Sí, por lejos. No, en serio, para controlarlo se siente mucho mejor que el PUG. Para controlar. When I built my PC, I started with the i5 because when I upgrade to a new GPU, it's not going to bottleneck it. Well, that's a good strategy, a very valid strategy. I can appreciate that. So i5 7400, 3.5 GHz, 8 gigs of RAM, GTX 1050 Ti good. Yeah, it should be like my i3 8100 videos with a 1050 Ti, so it's not bad at all. Just make sure that the RAM is on dual channel, 2 sticks of 4 GB instead of 1 of 8, because that affects performance, especially on CPU intensive stuff. But yeah, on this game you might have some issues on the Blackout mode. It's using a lot of system RAM, as you can see, 8 GB are being used. But yeah, thanks, no problem. I think if you're telling me, I'm not sure if you're talking to me or somebody else. I just turned in, yeah, very late. Yeah, I'm about to finish the stream. In one of your bits you mentioned that you switched out your Ryzen 1700 in your main PC. I was wondering why. Well, I wasn't fully utilizing the Ryzen 7 1700 on Adobe Premiere. It was just a waste of CPU resources, so I switched to a Ryzen 5 1600, and it was almost the same time with the render. The render was taking the same amount of time because I was using the GPU to do the render, which means that the bottleneck there in my case is the GPU. Now I swapped to an i7 8700 because I want to do some gaming tests at high frame rates on different GPUs. It's just a project I'm planning. So I swapped to the i7 to get the maximum frame rate possible. But yeah, I swapped because I wasn't using the 16 threads. I felt it was a waste of CPU power, so I swapped to something worse. But then I swapped to the i7, and so yeah, whatever. Do you think this setup will be good for decent gaming experience for the next 3 years? Yeah, I think it will be fine. I mean, it's usually worse when we get new consoles. When we get new consoles, there's usually a huge jump in system requirements. So with the PS5 or the Xbox 2 or whatever, we're probably going to see more demanding titles. So yeah, it's going to be more and more demanding, and as time goes on, probably 3 years is a good estimation, I think. Santiago, can you say again? You can rewind the stream and you'll see it. It's a good PC. Just make sure to have the RAM on dual channel. No, it's enough, Peter. Yeah, Peter with a symbol on the E. Yeah, it's more than enough. Don't worry. I use a GPU to run that. That's why. This game is optimized really well, to be honest. Well, it depends from where you see it. Some people think it's the opposite, but I'm not going to... I mean, compared to the multiplayer mode, it's significantly worse in performance because the map is significantly bigger, there is a significantly more players. There's a lot of stuff going on compared to a multiplayer match. But yeah, this engine wasn't designed for 80 players at all times. I tried to enable it, but it doesn't give me the option. What do you mean? Can you test it all very low to 1080p just to want to see? Yeah, sure. Let's turn everything down, because why not? Blah blah blah. Let's turn it down, except in textures, of course. There you go, 1080p lowest settings. This is 1080p low. Just to have some fun there. Okay, under channel, what does that mean? What? Is this the open beta? Yes, if you link your Twitch account to battle.net, you should be able to access, or if you pre-order the game, you can also access it tomorrow. Tomorrow it will be open to everyone, so you can play it. So be aware of that. GTX and 52GB, not planned right now, unfortunately, not enough time. But just lower textures to low and it will be 10% less FPS compared to the 1050 Ti. Just as simple as that. Please tell me, I'm building a PC for the first time and I'm very confused. Ryzen 3 1200 with 1066 gigs, a good combo for 1080p gaming future 3-4 years. With a quad-core CPU like Ryzen 3 1200, I doubt it. I'll try to, if you're willing to overclock the Ryzen 3 1200, I'll go for it. But you're going to be probably limited by the frame rate. I mean, the frame rate will limit you if you want to do 60 frames per second on all games. Since quad-core CPUs are getting maxed out on many games, as you can see here, it's pretty much maxed out. The i3-8100 is a quad-core CPU, but it should be enough to play games. Just not 100% perfect. With i5-8400 1063 gigs, is it better stability? Yes, of course. Make sure to have the RAM on dual channel and more than 8 GB, and it will be absolutely perfect compared to this. No worries. What motherboard do you have? Oh man, you're talking to each other. Sorry, I'm very confused. Let me see what Ash... You have an i5 7600K and a 1063 gigs. Yeah, it should be fine, man. Just make sure to have the RAM on dual channel. But yeah. Overclock to 3.9 GHz. Yes, it will be a good idea. Make sure to have a B350 motherboard. The B350 should be cheap enough and you can overclock on it. I managed to get 3.9 GHz on a Ryzen 3 1200 by using the stock cooler, so it's very accessible. I understand. What did you say about the gigabytes of RAM? That you need to have 8 gigabytes. If you have 8 gigabytes, make sure they are on dual channel. Dual channel is that you have 2 sticks of 4 gigabytes of RAM instead of 1 stick of 8 gigabytes. That helps with the performance a lot. I have 2 sticks of 8 gigabytes in this PC. If I had just 1 stick of 16 gigabytes, the performance will be significantly worse in this case. No problem. But yeah, if you can get more than 8 gigabytes for this game, at least for this mode, it's using more than 8 gigs. I saw a maximum of 10 gigabytes of system RAM usage in this game. Dual channel was a single channel video. It's kind of difficult to prove because it mostly happened to me on multiplayer games. And multiplayer games are not usually the same all the time. They're very different. So I'm planning on doing it, but I have to plan it very well in order to make sense. Say hello to Brazil. Hello to Brazil. Hola a Brasil. Hello to Brazil. Yeah, dual channel. I heard that dual channel RAM is better on a Ryzen CPU. Yes. It's significantly better. It makes a bigger difference than an Intel CPU. Ryzen relies a lot more on the RAM speed and all that due to how the Infinity Fabric works. If the RAM is on dual channel, the fastest that you can get the RAM to respond, the better. So higher frequencies, dual channel, all that helps you a lot on Ryzen. This video is pre-recorded. No, I'm just spectating. I'm watching another player because I died in the game. Will run fine on i5 2400 and a 1050 Ti. I'm not sure, but I don't know if the RAM is on dual channel. It should be possible, but I don't have huge hopes for it. Maybe if you cap it at 45 to 60 frames per second, it should be fine. Yeah, I will try to cap it at 60. It can be very CPU intensive. Hello to Romania.
Net call. Supply drop in.
1 second, guys. I gotta check something. Be right back. Nah, I'm not going to be right back. I gotta end the stream. Somebody is calling me from the window. So, yeah, I gotta talk to somebody else now. Oh yeah, that was the stream. This will be published on my YouTube channel in around an hour or two from now. So you can watch the entire stream with a 1050 Ti, 750 Ti and 1060.
Circle collapse imminent.
But yeah,
Get to safety.
that will be all for now. Hot Dog Gamer, that PC is a good idea, but if you can go for more than 4 cores plus dual channel, it will be better. But yeah, quad core plus dual channel, 8 gigabytes should be fine. I can't thank you enough, man. I've been looking for an answer for a long time. Oh man. Well, I'm glad that I could help you. But now I'm gonna go. Thank you guys so much for watching the stream. If you have more questions, ask me in the comments of any of my videos. I'll be responding to you there. Instead of the stream, just comment on a video. But yeah, thank you for watching and see you next time, guys. Thank you so much once again for watching the stream with me. Well, for being in the stream with me. And 100 people watching. That's amazing. That's so amazing. Thank you for the support. Gotta go. See ya.